Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's All Scripted. My name is Chris Jordan.
I'm Harrison Baxley.
And I'm Mason Cooper. This is a Reader's Theater podcast where we have actors read original 10-minute plays written every week.
And this week's play is called Jeremy Bryant, the Tiny Giant. And we actually have a special guest on the show today.
A special guest?
Who could it be?
Oh, boy.
Yep, this is the first time ever that we've co-written an episode with an outside writer. Christian Paris is in the building.
Welcome.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Christian and I were going to write this play because I wanted him to be Jeremy Bryant, the lead. And Jeremy has an accent. So I had Christian sit next to me while I wrote. And I wanted to hear his voice on it. But he was giving so many ideas and editing as we went and just throwing stuff in that by the end of it he had basically written as much dialogue as I had.
This is perfect. Christian is perfect.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I agree.
Yeah. So how was this process for you, Christian?
It was really interesting. I didn't really expect to come up with as many ideas as I thought I could had.
So humble.
Yeah, thanks.
So
thanks,
humble.
Thanks, Chris.
Should do this more often.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we were pretty much just in a coffee shop having coffee, and the coffee was stirring my brain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
we knocked this script out in we started it in a class earlier in the day, and that was about an hour, and then we spent 2.5 hours in this coffee shop, knocked it out in one night, and then made edits throughout the week. But it's basically about this tiny giant who has to kind of come out to his family that he doesn't feel like he's a real giant, and they kick him out of his house, and it's kind of about his journey. This week's theme was disco, which was suggested to us by audience member Jason Clipper. Thank you, audience member.
You know, truthfully, I hope that sometime soon we're going to have a suggestion that's not our names made up. Hopefully you, the listener, will suggest things. We actually have some suggestions for future episodes, so thank you to those people. But if you have any ideas that you'd love to see be brought alive in a script, we would honestly love for you to leave a comment. One more thing before we really get into the show. If you've seen the art for this week's episode, it was done by the very amazing and talented Court Rogers. Link to her work will be in the description. We highly recommend you go check her out, and she offers a lot of great services with her art. And so if you're looking for anything that has to do with illustrations or, any sort of thing that fits her style, you should definitely hit her up. She's the best. So thank you, Court, for creating this awesome illustration for this week's play. And other than that, Christian, take it away.
I hope you guys enjoy this episode of
It's All Scripted.
There are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky.
Once upon a time, there was a family of giants. A father and 4 sons, Fee, Fi, Fo, and Jeremy, the Bryants. Fee was the oldest. He was taller, stronger, faster, and more. Fi was just 2 inches shorter, at 12'4". Then 2 inches below that stood Fo the giant, but the smallest of all, at 6'10", stood Jeremy Bryant. Jeremy was half the size of the rest, but his heart was bigger. His heart was the best. Jeremy never really cared to grow. It never mattered to him that his head was so low. Jeremy never wanted to fit in the family pants. The truth is, all he ever wanted to do was dance. But today was Jeremy's day. It was supposed to be great. Today was the day he would turn the big 1-8. For a giant, today is the day you get your size. But on this day, he received quite a different surprise.
For he's a jolly good fella, for he's a jolly good fella, for he's a jolly good fella, and no one can deny.
Oh, thank you, Father. Thanks, guys. This means so much to me. Thank you.
Anything for you, son. Are you ready for the big day?
Oh, I don't know, Fi. This is a lot of pressure. What if I never grow tall?
You will, Jeremy. We all get our size eventually.
What if I don't want to be a giant?
Very funny, Jeremy. Of course you will be a giant. Now, let's dig into your cake.
Oh, yay. What flavor is it?
American.
My favorite. Bring him in. Yeah, where am I? Who are... What? What? Oh, please don't hurt me.
Jeremy, you first. You get the head.
No, not my head. Please.
Oh, guys, this is nice, but
Oh.
I'm afraid I've lost my appetite.
But, Jeremy, a giant must eat a human on his 18th birthday.
Yes, you know the saying. Every time a human cries, another giant doubles in size.
If you don't eat the man, you will never be a real giant.
I don't want to be a real giant. Run, little man, run to freedom.
You let him get away.
I didn't want to be a giant, father. I'm the smallest giant there ever was.
Fine. If you are not a giant, you will stay a human.
Like mother. Ooh, she was a tasty one.
The best birthday cake we ever had.
I wanted to have American cake today to honor my son's special day. But now we will have to settle for something else.
We may not have any American human with us, but we have a German.
Oh, Jeremy, you did say you wanted to be human.
No, you will not eat me. I will run away from here and you will never see me again.
So Jeremy ran off to start a new life. Something with maybe a little less strife. He wanted to find a job and a place to call home. He wanted a friend so he wouldn't feel so alone. Maybe he'd be a teacher or find a cure for cancer. But he never let go of his dream of being a dancer. He walked for miles past fields and whole towns. Jeremy must have lost 160 pounds. He wasn't a bad son. He didn't mean to be defiant. He just wanted to find something that made him feel giant.
X-ray, X-ray, read all about it. Tiny giant runs away from home. Family plans to eat him if they find him again.
What's this about? Is that me?
Woo! A giant! Don't eat me, please. You're gonna have it for free.
Shh! Don't worry, I will not eat you, tiny man. I am a good giant, a humanitarian vegetarian. I am like you.
But you're huge.
Not even 7 feet.
Oh, just very tall then. Say, is this you on the cover? You're everywhere, kid. What are you going to do?
Well, I am on the run, looking for a place to work and call home.
You need a job, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe you could work here. I'm getting so busy with sales, I'm having trouble keeping up with all my articles. If you could write them for me, I could double my profits.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. When shall I start?
Now, go on and head to the back. The computer's all set up.
So Jeremy sat down and started to write, but soon he realized the keys were a bit tight. His hands too big to mash the tiny keys, his fingers similar in the size to baby trees. Jeremy could push the buttons deep into the night. It would never matter, Jeremy didn't know how to write. Still he persisted, slamming his hands on the board, but soon his heart filled with despair, doubt, and discord. Jeremy ran through the night, away from this town and far out of sight. The morning came and the paper boy found Jeremy had run off without making a sound. Still on his computer was a dense 2 pages. Jeremy had written the best paper he'd seen in ages.
This is brilliant. Come back. Where are you, Jeremy Bryant?
But the boy would never see that genius tiny giant.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever find something that makes me feel huge. I guess for now I will stay in the big city. Maybe there will be something for me here.
Hey, kid, you're pretty tall. Take a flyer.
What is this for?
Giants auditions. You want to be a giant?
Ha! I am already a giant.
No, man, a New York giant. Like me.
Who are you?
Dude, I'm Eli Manning.
Who?
Forget it.
No, please, maybe I could do it.
Then come on out. We're looking for a new one.
I will think about it.
But this job was more than Jeremy had thought. They weren't just hiring a giant, they needed a mascot. They hadn't won a game and were beaten beyond reason. They needed a hero to carry them through the season.
Here's your number, Jeremy. You'll be 147. We'll let you know when we're ready for you. Good luck.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Manning. Look at all these huge people. What if I don't get the job? I've been here for hours. Well, if I really want this job, I'll stand here all day. This is where I belong. I am a giant after all. It's in my blood. Once they see me, they won't let me go. I could live here in the big city, entertaining the team with my size. I'd never have to eat humans, and I would...
All right, that's a wrap, everybody. Thank you all for coming, but we think we found what we're looking for. Better luck next time, guys.
What did you say? You are done? But Mr. Manning, I haven't gone to show you what I've got. Look at me, I'm huge, and I can dance. I'm a wonderful dancer. I was meant to be the New York Giant.
It's all right, man. Just keep auditioning. I'm sure there will be a part for you somewhere.
Of course.
So Jeremy continued to wander and roam, knowing one day he'd find his home.
Maybe I could be the narrator.
You couldn't.
Maybe later? See, that rhymes.
That sucked, Jeremy. Don't even try.
Okay.
He walked until he arrived in San Francisco, and that's where he found it. The Cisco Disco. When he walked in the room, he knew this was his place. Everyone was dancing, and a smile spread on his face.
Hey man, do I know you from somewhere?
You are the American cake. It's good to see you. You are looking well.
I have to thank you for saving me. What are you doing now?
I ran away from home that day we let you go. I've been on the run ever since.
All this time and you haven't found a job?
Not yet. My dream is to be a dancer, but I don't know if that will ever happen. It has been hard to find work.
I can imagine. Hey, I've been working here as a server. It's not a dancing gig, but there's always disco music playing. What if I got you a job here? You could dance all you wanted, and all you'd have to do is not spill drinks on people. Do you think you could do that?
Of course. Thank you, Mr. American Disco Man.
You're welcome, tiny giant man.
Dance with me, American.
Hold me closer, giant dancer.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Jeremy Bryant's dancing brings disco guests to tears. Says his heart doubled in size. Extra, extra, Cisco Disco, profits heading through the roof. Extra, extra, Jeremy Bryant takes over Cisco Disco. Extra, extra, Jeremy Bryant, a giant success.
Boys, will someone bring me the paper?
I've got it, Fozzie.
Jeremy Bryant, a giant success?
No way!
So he is a giant after all.
I guess size really doesn't matter.
Hi, I'm Ben Whitmer, and I played Foe and the Paperboy, and I just rolled out the green carpet.
Hello, I am Christian Paris, and I play Jeremy Bryant, the Tiny Giant, and I also helped co-write Jeremy Bryant, the Tiny Giant.
Hi, my name's Zach Dietz. I played Fee and the American. So if you guys are listening to this, you should come see Taming of the Shrew at Grand Boulevard. And here's my audition tape. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City.
Howdy do. The name's Jared Selleck. I'm coming at you with these sweet, sweet characters. I play the narrator and Faza. It's a fun time. I'm one of the 9 muses, and we're doing a show at Arnold Theater on the 13th of July called the Explorers Club, and I play a guy named Walling who carries around gerbils. That's all.
Hello, I'm Christian Sullivan, and I play Phi and Eli Manning, and this podcast was my idea.
So this has been Jeremy Bryant, the Tiny Giant by Christian Paris and myself, Harrison Baxley. We want to give a special thank you to Jared Selleck, Zach Dietz, Christian Paris, obviously, Ben Whitmer, and Christian Sullivan for reading this week's play.
Now, before we go, we're going to announce next week's prompt suggested by you guys, which will be written by Mason Cooper. So next week's theme is one joke only, which was suggested by Kelly Kirkland. Thank you, Kelly Kirkland.
Seriously, thank you. You're the first person to say anything. I think, right? The first real one. That's not us using a fake name.
Yeah. Thanks, Kelly.
Give it up for Kelly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Kelly.
You know, be like Kelly.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a shout out on It's All Scripted.
Yeah, we will love you if you're like Kelly. It's the moral of this. So, good luck, Mason.
Yep.
No pressure. Hope you, hope it's coming along great.
It's done. It's fine. It's good.
Yes.
What's it called?
All right, thanks for listening to It's All Scripted.
It's All Scripted. Tune in next week to hear Mason's play.
That will have a title by next week.
That will have a title.
It has a title now. It's a surprise.
Remember to keep suggesting themes, phrases, settings, or anything else as prompts for our future scripts. You can leave those in the comments of this video, or you can email them to itsallscripted.suggestions@gmail.com. Think that's all. So tune back in next week for another episode of
It's All Scripted.
I know, Christian, this is where you say, hey, what time is it?
Hey, what time is it?
Christian, it looks like it's time to smash that motherfucking
that like button.
Smash that like button.
You'll get there. You'll get there, man.
Yeah,
You'll get
that was good.
It's all right.
It's awful that they do this, right?
No,
I have to
you
deal
like
with this
it.
every single
You like
week.
it.
It's not.
Now, Chris,
It doesn't even work.
Chris, you have to
It doesn't
say
even work,
share,
Mason.
share to your friends, your mother,
Mason, people
your
just
sister,
don't like
your
us.
brother, your lover.
People don't like
Say
us.
share.
Share it.
There it is. Thank you guys for watching, listening.